Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to day one of the Discovery Call Challenge or Block to Booked. I'm super excited for day one to finally get here, and I can't wait to kind of get started. So I'm gonna wait until a few of you hop on, and then we're gonna start the challenge officially. It's really exciting. The Facebook Live streams are going to be a really good opportunity for me to kind of go through the challenge in more detail and explain exactly what's going to be happening in the challenge and how you're going to be going about booking more discovery calls with more ideal clients, and how you're going to be acing it and booking more actual clients and putting more revenue in the bank. And I'm also going to be doing a Q&A every single day so that you get to ask any questions that you have on how to tailor anything that comes out of the challenge into your own business. So if you are live, say hi in the comments, because it's important that I know that I'm not talking myself, because that makes me look like a little loser. So if you are live, put a hi in the comments, and then we can start getting started and I can go into the day one challenge, which I'm super stoked about. So if you're here, if you're live, say hi in the comments. And also, if you are live, make sure that you hit the subscribe button in the bottom right. The reason being is that the whole challenge is going to be on Facebook Live every single day at 2 p.m. EST, 1 p.m. CST, or 7 p.m. GMT. Or BST, because we're now in summertime. So make sure that you've subscribed so you get access to all of the videos, and I will be pinning them to the top of our discussion in the FFE group, okay, every single day. So the new challenge each day will be pinned to the top of the group. Awesome. So we've got a few people, Grim's here. That's awesome. Apparently I have a few more people, but you're not saying hi yet. That's totally fine. You might be new to seeing me on Facebook Live, so that's all cool. In which case, let's get started. So, Block to Booked, if you have joined, you are the online business owner that is super excited about bringing value to somebody else's business. Now, that might be through health coaching, it might be through relationship coaching, might not even be through coaching at all. You might be somebody like a web developer or a designer. You might be a branding specialist, a marketing expert. Either way, you are helping other business owners. Hey, Alicia. Is that Alicia or Alicia? You'll have to excuse the kind of Britishness. We say things slightly differently. But yeah, so if you are an online service-based entrepreneur, you're in the right place, because this week we're going to be booking more discovery calls, and we're going to be doing it really easily, and we're going to be doing it with your ideal clients and only your ideal clients. So I'm super excited to get started. So the first thing I want you to do, because I'm all about action, I don't want people to walk away from this challenge thinking, well, I only got my mindset ready to book discovery calls, because mindset is super important, but this challenge is all for the people that are ready to take action, ready to book discovery calls with their ideal clients, and ready to see money in the bank account. So I want you to set a goal, okay? Hopefully you've got a pen and a bit of paper, or you've got your computer, or you can even write a little note on your phone. But I want you to think about how many discovery calls you actually want to book throughout the course of this challenge. And because the information and the techniques and things that I'm going to be sharing with you over the course of the next 7 days, they're going to be working for a lot longer than 7 days. You know, they're going to be putting people into your pipeline. So I actually want you to set that goal for 2 weeks. So I want you to think, over the next 2 weeks, how many discovery calls do you want to book with ideal clients? Okay? If you want to, you can shout them in the comments, because I love celebrating and holding people accountable for goals. So think about, how many discovery calls do you want to book? I also want you to think about how many clients you want to book. Okay? So if you are thinking you want to book 10 discovery calls, how many clients do you want to get out of those 10? Do you want to get 10? Do you want to get 8? Do you want to get 4? How many clients do you want to get over the course of the next 14 days? Okay? So how many discovery calls you want to book? How many clients do you want to get? Okay? This is the exciting bit. This is the fun bit. I want you to really feel that energy of, okay, if you are making a commitment, and I'm going to be doing this challenge along with you, because I love participating in my own challenges. If you are committing to that goal, I want you to write it out. Big letters, sparkly pens, whatever you want. Make it look jazzy, make it look pretty. Put it somewhere that is really, really close to you. So I always have things on my notice board because it's really close to me. I can see it and I can just keep looking up and thinking, okay, am I hitting my goal today? So that's the first thing. Make a goal. Now, the agenda for today is all about marketing and discovery calls. Now, if you're anything like me, you probably walked into the online world and you saw a whole bunch of people doing this really cool thing where they would open up their calendar and they go, I've got 5 spaces left for discovery calls, and everybody would jump on it and be like, yeah, I want one. And then you put out exactly the same post and you got crickets. Like nobody wanted to get on your discovery calls. It felt a little bit like that at the party who's stood in the corner being really awkward. It's totally normal. But there are reasons as to why people are not picking up on your Facebook posts and that they're not booking your discovery calls. And so today, that's what we're going to do. We're going to completely reframe how you create opportunities to book discovery calls with your ideal clients on Facebook. Woohoo! My phone keeps spinning over. I need to buy a tripod, clearly. Fine. So, let's look at firstly why people are not identifying with your posts. Now, there is one major reason why when you are offering up this amazing space in your calendar for amazing people to book in, that you're hearing crickets. It's because you're not consistent. Now, that sounds really harsh, but it's true. And you may be listening to me thinking, hang on a minute, Jess, I show up in your group and in the Freedom Hackers group and in a bunch of other groups, probably 3 to 5 groups, 3 to 5 times per day. I'm still not booking discovery calls, but I'm consistent because I'm in there all the time and I'm always posting and I'm always giving value and I'm still not doing anything. Okay, for you, if you are that person, you're feeling like that, you know what? You're being consistent in terms of the time that you're putting in and in terms of the amount of times that you're posting and that you're getting your name out there, but you are not being consistent with your niche. Okay, so what do I mean by that? I mean that you should be cohesive and you should be putting out content regularly and post regularly about your area of expertise. Okay, now we get the phrase multi-passionate quite a lot. And I guess that there are times when I would consider myself a multi-passionate entrepreneur. I'm somebody who, you know, I am focused specifically on sales, but, you know, I want to do all this cool stuff. I want a group program, I want to do one-on-one, I want to do lots of different touch points of programs with different people. Actually, being multi-passionate can be really, really difficult because when you link multi-passionate to the online space, you're not posting about one thing consistently, which means that actually what's happening, people aren't getting the opportunity to see you established as that expert, as that authority in your field. So what I want you to start thinking about is, okay, what is it that I want to be known for initially? Okay, so not what you want to be known for just in the entirety of your kind of online business career. I want you to think about, what is the first touch point that I want people to have with me? Do I want them to think, oh, there's Jess, she's an expert at sales? Do I want them to think, oh, there's Jane, she's an expert at mindset? Do I want them to think, oh, there's Lorraine, she's great with health and wellness? What is it that you want them to see? Okay, so just think about that. Just think about how often you actually post about your area of expertise. And when I post, I really mean this with love, not inspirational quotes, okay? Inspirational quotes, graphics, memes, they all have their place, but they're not consistent content that is actually getting people results, okay? So I want you to think firstly about what you want yourself to be known for. Wi-Fi not good where I am, I'll catch the replay. Cool, okay Neve, no worries. I will, if you have any questions after the replay, you can always shoot them over to me and I will help non-live. But yeah, so I want you to think, okay, am I being specific in my message? Am I establishing myself as the expert with every post? So are you adding value with every post? And are you adding value in your area of expertise with every post? And then think about the types of posts that you're putting out. Are you putting out value-packed content posts, or are you putting out memes? Because a meme can be great at getting a message across really quickly, but it has to be backed up with something that's a little bit more juicy, okay? And so I want you to think about how consistent you actually are across not only your Facebook posts, but across your entire business message. So for example, people get to know me as a sales coach because that's what I am. It doesn't matter that I deal with other areas of people's business. You know, I do a lot of generalized business coaching after I've worked with somebody on their sales process. But when everybody's first touch point with me comes is they'll see me doing a sales-based free opt-in or a challenge, or they'll see my Facebook posts or social media posts being about and focused on sales and sales strategies. And then when those people go to my website or they land on my Facebook business page or something like that, they'll see a relatable opt-in. Okay, hey Meredith, hi. So they'll see a relatable opt-in. And what I mean by that is that it's consistent and congruent with the rest of my message. So I have sales-based Facebook posts, then I'll have a sales-based lead magnet. Hey Matthew, this is so cool, everybody's here, this is awesome. Then my paid programs, they start out with sales. Okay, so do you see how people are being led in and thinking that it's very difficult for them to think, oh, okay, Jess could be really good at mindset or Jess could be really good at marketing. My thing is sales. Hey Prima, I'm loving all these highs. Thank you, this is awesome. I feel like I'm talking to actual people now. This is exciting. Fine, so think about how your message is coming across. Think about where it is. Think about if you're being consistent and congruent with it. And if you're not, think about how you can be. Okay? That's the kind of basis of why people would not be reacting to your Facebook posts. So if they feel like you're not consistent, if they feel like your message isn't consistent, or if they don't feel like you've established yourself as the expert with your posts, even though you might be posting 3 to 5 times a day, if they don't feel like you're consistent, you're not going to get people booking into your calendar. Okay, cool. So today, for part 1 of the challenge, woo, I'm going to be sharing how you can actually create a viral Facebook post. And what I mean by viral is a post that gets lots of likes and shares and comments and actually engages with your ideal client. Okay, there's a really, really simple recipe. I always go with the recipe analogy because I'm a massive baker. I love cake, and if I can link any of my strategies to it, then, or baking a cake, then I'm always good with that. So step 1, when you want to create a viral Facebook post, or you want to create a Facebook post that is going to engage deeply with your ideal client, is you need to think about what is the objective of this post. Okay, so every post should have a call to action which either encourages your client to get in touch with you in some way or encourages them to comment on the post. And so you'll have probably been in a lot of Facebook groups where you'll see what people call like ladders or comment ladders. And the reason those posts are so popular is because every time someone says yes or comments below or does the whole like and share thing, it means your post gets bumped right back up the top of the newsfeed. Okay? So when you think back to all of those kind of engaging, value-packed posts that you've read over the last week, you'll have probably come across at least one like ladder post, okay? So the first thing is, let's think about that objective. Is the objective that you want people to sign up for your discovery call? In this instance, yes it is, because that's what we're doing this week, that's what we're focusing on. So how can you do that? How can you create that viral post that actually gives value, draws your ideal client in, and makes them think, this is somebody that I have to talk to. This is somebody that I want to engage with, and that I'm really, I really am drawn to actually getting to know them better and having a Skype chat and having a kind of cup of tea and an exploration as to whether we could work together. So the first part of it is have an eye-catching graphic. Sounds really simple, but so many people don't do it. So many people will just advertise or they'll post where they talk a lot about how great it would be to book a discovery call with them, and they don't put a graphic. There's no eye-catching thing, there's no headline, there's no nothing for that ideal client to be like, wow, that just popped up on my newsfeed and I want to read it, because most of your posts are long. You know, it's one of those things. It's fine, but we need to grab their attention. So have an eye-catching graphic and do it in your branded colors. It makes sense, because then when people start seeing your posts, thank you, Meredith, that's awesome. Eye-catching graphic, absolutely. When you start using your branding, when people start seeing your branding all the time, they're like, oh, that's Jess. I'll definitely read that because I like her stuff. Yeah? So use your eye-catching graphic. Also use your eye-catching graphic to get a really quick snapshot of what's contained in your post. So ones that I tend to use that get really high response rates are things like, can you help me? Or did you know, one that I used yesterday was, did you know that I get a 95% yes rate on discovery calls? Okay, things like that catch people's attention. They're like, oh, no, I didn't know that. I wonder how she does it. And they know that that's what the post is going to be about. So use your graphic to be eye-catching, use your branded colors, and use it to give a snapshot of what it is that your post is going to be about. The second thing is use numbers. I know that we all freak out about numbers, and I'm not one of those people who will go use a post that says, hey, I made X amount of money in X amount of days, because personally I don't think that's the greatest sales point that somebody can have, particularly if you're not in a sales-based business role. Actually, those metrics can be related to anything. Think about how many clients you've worked with this month, what kind of transformations they've seen. Think about how many hours you've been able to dedicate to self-care this month, because you have that really cool client base of people that are just waiting for you to help them and transform their life or business or health in some particular way. Okay, so you could even use metrics to include the number of days it is until you leave your corporate job, or the number of years that you've been in business. If you are somebody in a specific industry where you actually get to count numbers, use it for that. You know, if you're in health and wellness, talk about the amount of calories that that are burned when you type your new email automation sequence, or if you're appealing to entrepreneurs, or if you are in something like mindset, talk about the amount of mindset books that you had to go through before you even got clear on what your journey was about. Okay, so I want you to think about metrics. Yeah, that's really important. And again, throughout this challenge, metrics are going to be something that I hammer in all the time, because everything should be measurable. We're not doing this challenge just so you can watch me on Facebook Live and go, oh yeah, she seems like a nice person and I suppose that could work if I give it a go. We're here because we're setting goals, because we want to help you meet those goals, because you're actually set out to achieve. And so actually, every single time that you put out a post this week, I want you to be thinking, how can I relate that? How can I give it a number? How can I put a number in there so that people can understand? I did a great post that went viral, and I say I did a great post, but it was a cool post that went viral last year because my graphic, I used my branded colours, and in the graphic I had £8,600 or 12,000 something dollars. And in the post, I talked about all of the group programs and the self-study programs that I'd spent money on last year. And I was like, I cannot believe that in 1 year I have spent over $12,000 on self-study programs. Bizarre, because these things are like $200 to $597 and things like that. And it was a post that went down really well because people were like, oh my goodness, I've just added up how much I've spent on these programs and I've spent this much. And it ended up getting a really big response because people identify with numbers, okay? The third thing for a viral Facebook post is be personal. Let people get to know you, the real you, the one that is goofy and quirky and funny and that your friends see and that your parents see or your dog sees. Don't try and be a different coach. You know, I spent a lot of time at the beginning of my business looking at other coaches in the industry and thinking, well, how come when they post up about discovery calls and about having a massage, they get a bunch of people running to them and going, hey, I want to book a discovery call with you. And when I post about getting my nails done and wanting people to book for discovery calls, I get nothing. Simple fact is because I'm not that coach. I'm not that person. They're not my tribe. So you want to you want to be talking about who you are. You want to be talking about how you actually do things. You want to be talking about your life. You want to be making it personal. You want to be, adding in things about why you're on the journey that you're on, who you want to help, why you want to help them. One of the posts I had that went viral last year was actually when I was talking about how I grew up, and one of the things that nobody ever realized about me was that actually I was a forces kid. Both my parents were in the military, and I went to 16 different schools as a kid. And so I shared this post about, how actually people are pretty resilient, and how learning to be resilient and learning to be that new kid at the school made me really good at sales, because I developed this like rhino hide skin, and people liked it because it was me, because I was giving them an insight into who I really was and how I'd grown up and what my life looked like and how I'd become the person that I then was. Another of the posts that went viral for me recently was, and it's in this group, is the one of me doing a spoof motivational video. I'm goofy, I'm one of those people that I think it's funny to do funny things to make other people laugh. And so I created a spoof motivational video, which was like a little contemporary dance routine where I was like twerking badly. It's down in the discussion somewhere in this group, so if you want a giggle you can always search for it later. But I love sharing stuff like that. I've got a bet on with Neve Cromo, actually, at the moment, who said that if she does really well in this challenge, if she's a really good student, then I will buy a pair of flares from like the 1970s. I'll find them on the internet, I'll buy them, and then I'll probably do another dance routine video in the new flares. So I'm fine with showing people stuff like that because that's who I really am. I'm the first person that will get up and do a bit of karaoke and make a complete fool of myself. So think about your personality. Are you putting your personality out in your posts, or are you, without knowing, trying to copy the big names in the coaching industry or your competitors in that space that seem to be doing really well? There's absolutely nothing wrong with using a framework that somebody else is using that is good, but you want to inject your own personality, because ultimately what gets people to buy from you, what gets people to book into your discovery calls, is the fact they resonate with you, with your story. Okay, I've got some comments here. I'm trying to look at comments. I'll be answering things at the end anyway, but great news. Me and Grim had a call this morning. She's put out a great example of a viral Facebook post in the Freedom Hackers group, and she's been seeing loads and loads of comments, so she's replying to them and seeing lots of positive stuff from that, so that's awesome. Yay! I'm so excited that it's working, and that's even before the challenge started, so we are on fire. And Meredith, yeah, both my parents were in the military. I went to 16 schools, and I'm a pretty resilient person because I was always that new kid, but I want you to think about your story. What are you bringing to people, and what are you trying to attract in other people to your discovery calls? For example, I love people in my programs that have big ambitions and big goals and that are ready to take action and hit those goals, see those results. And I love people that are funny, that are passionate, that genuinely want to help others, that actually want to benefit people, as well as seeing the financial reward that they actually deserve for all that hard work. So think about who you want to attract and think, okay, am I actually talking to those people? If they met me on the street, would they see a different version of me? Or would they think, oh yeah, that's Jess. She's just as funny as she, or not funny, depending on how much you like my jokes, as she is online. Yeah, so I want you to think about that. And the last thing that I'm going to talk to you about today is specificity. And this is going to be a fun part of your Facebook and kind of to be incorporated in your Facebook group post that's going to go viral. I want you to be specific. I see so many introductions, and I mean this in a truly loving way, that start with, hi, my name is XYZ, and I help women I help women who want to make money doing what they love. Or I help women who want to build a business working from anywhere in the world and having financial freedom. Now, there is nothing wrong with that goal. Okay, I've got no issues with that goal at all because I'm a big fan of that goal. I'm a big fan of making people financially free, and I'm a big fan of them having the flexibility to work from wherever they want in the world. However, you don't stand out. You aren't being specific, and you're not talking to any one person. For example, one woman that you might really want to work with might be thinking, well, I'm a woman and I do want to make money doing what I love, but actually it's more important for me that my passion comes across, or that I'm viewed as somebody who's really charitable or something like that. So they're not really identifying with your core message because you're not being specific enough, okay? I hope that makes sense, but I'm going to dig into it now. So, for example, instead of saying, I want to help women who want to be in business, who want to work from anywhere in the world and want to be financially free to set up the business of their dreams, you could say something like, last month I helped 5 women create businesses from 0 to having 2 paid clients. Or you could say something like, last month I made XYZ by helping women create awesome online businesses that truly reflect their personalities and help them help other people. And you know what I spent that money on? I went out and I went go-karting. Or I went out and I had a massage. Or I went to the mineral baths. Or I went to the spa. Or whatever that might be. I want you to think about being really specific with what you are actually talking to people about and what you actually help people on. So when people come up to me at a cocktail party, for example, and they say, hey, Jess, nice hair, what do you do? I'm like, oh, yeah, no, I sit at home in my slippers and I work with amazing people to help them make money by helping other people online. And they go, what? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a sales coach. So I teach people how to create simple, authentic sales processes that help them get more clients into their business. Do you see how different that is? I'm being very specific about the people that I work with and what I help them do. So I know that your main goal might be to help somebody become happy, but happy is a really big word, okay? I know that you might be a mindset coach and you might be thinking, well, I want to help them improve their overall mindset. Again, it's a big, big space. So I want you to be thinking, how can I get specific? Who do I want to work with? You know, is it that I want to work with women who have some kind of secret inner ability to shine in business that don't know about it yet? And I turn around and I light them up, light their fire, and I set them moving forward with the right foundations in their business to absolutely ace it and see huge results. That's kind of cool. You know, it's also very different from, I help women build businesses that allow them to be financially free and work from anywhere in the world. It's saying similar things, but it's not doing the generic message. It's making you stand out, okay? And that's the whole point. So today's challenge, let's just do a quick recap. I want you to set goals, okay? So how many discovery calls and how many clients do you want to book over the next 2 weeks? Okay? Really important. Then, think about why your marketing is not getting a response. Be really honest with yourself. Are you truly being consistent in terms of the message and the expertise that you are demonstrating online? Then I want you to think about who you're talking to and use the viral Facebook post recipe that we've just gone through. So the eye-catching graphic, the metric-based post system, and then the personal touch. And think about who you're talking to and how you're going to attract them online. I want you to create 3 viral Facebook post messages, and I want you to post at least 1 in this group so that we can all see how you're getting on, and we can all help and support you and tweak and change it. And you might even find some of your ideal clients in this group too, so make sure you're posting regularly. And then the last thing I want you to think about is, how can you be specific? How can you really talk to your ideal client, and how are you identifying them? If you're looking for action takers that are ready to invest straight up front with your services, then are you being direct? Are you calling them? Are you saying, hey, action taker, come over here and look at the amazing things that I can do for you and your health and your life and your business? Or are you sitting in the corner and going, God, I really like the look of that action taker, I wish they'd work with me? And then just putting out a little post that doesn't really catch their attention. Okay, so be specific. Tell them what you want. Create 3 viral Facebook posts. That's today's challenge. 3 viral Facebook posts with your metric, with your graphic, and with your personal touch. And I want you to sort out your schedule, because we are going to be doing at least 30 minutes of work each day for you to be booking clients. That's a really important thing. I want you to think 30 minutes every single day. As part of the challenge, you're blocking out and you're going to do something from this challenge each day that is going to see you booking more discovery calls. Okay, really, really important. Just 30 minutes. So if it's in your lunch break, if it's in your coffee break, if you're like me and you drink a lot of tea, then make sure that you're fitting in that 30 minutes just every single day. And have that on your schedule and highlight it in a cool color, you know, maybe a brand color or something, so you remember that for that 30 minutes you're doing discovery call book and stuff, okay? And then the last thing that I want you to do is make sure that you set your goals. And I want you to share your goals either in this thread or with me directly, because this challenge is all about me supporting you hitting your goals. So either post them in the thread so that I can keep you accountable, so I can make sure that you're on track, you're hitting your goals, and that we're happy with the amount of clients you're booking and the ideal clients that you're booking, or pop me a reply to my message from the challenge and be like, hey Jess, I want to book 10 discovery calls over the next 2 weeks, or I want to book 3 discovery calls in the next 2 weeks, or I want to book 5 or 20 or however many it is, so that you can make sure that you're getting that support and tailored kind of feedback that you need. Okay, awesome. So I know there's some people still here. Thank you very much for bearing with me. If you've got questions on anything that I've covered today, so if you've got questions on the viral Facebook post, if you've got questions on how you can be more consistent, how you can establish yourself as an expert, why your marketing isn't working, hit me in the comments and I will be able to give you some tailored live feedback right now, which is awesome. I'm just going to have a quick drink. Oh. Talking for 30 minutes is like surprisingly full on. So if you've got questions, pop them in the comments and I can make sure I answer them. If you think, oh, I've got questions but I don't really want to put them out right now because you're a bit scared or you're new to the group, don't worry about it. Hit reply on one of my challenge emails and I can absolutely give you tailored feedback on your message, on how consistent you can be, your marketing plan, schedule, or how to craft a viral Facebook post. So, any questions? Any questions? I'm just reading through all the lovely comments. Thank you so much, guys. If you've said hi, and if you have kind of joined in with the challenge, or like Meredith, you've very kindly written out the amazing bullet points and things like that. I really appreciate it. I so appreciate everybody turning up live and getting the maximum that they can from these calls. So I don't think that anybody has any questions. If you do, pop them in the comments. I'll be around this evening, so I will be answering them and I will kind of be checking in. But remember, the biggest thing from today, you must create 3 viral Facebook posts. You must do your schedule and you must set your goals, and you have to put at least one of those things in the group. So if it's a screenshot of your schedule, if it's a viral Facebook post, or if it's your goals for this challenge, your metrics, how you want to, or how many discovery calls you want to book, or how many clients you want to book, they need to be in the group so that we can all keep you accountable. And I want you to use the hashtag blocked to booked, okay, so that I can check in on them, because there will be a grand prize giveaway at the end of the week, which I'm super excited about, so yay! So if you want to take part in the grand prize giveaway, which is obviously going to be a really cool one-on-one session with me, all about your sales strategy, then you need to be using the hashtag blocktobooked, making sure that you either put a viral Facebook post, a screenshot of your schedule, or your goal for this challenge needs to be in the group, hashtag blocktobooked. Okay, thank you so much for staying live with me today. I'm super excited. any questions, pop them in the comments, let me know, and I'll be happy to help you out. Welcome to day 1. Can't wait to see you on day 2. If you aren't signed up yet, if you've just hopped on the live stream, you thought, oh, this is kind of cool, and I want to get involved, make sure that you sign up, www.jessicalorimer.com/blocked-2-booked/ I'll type that in the comments, so that you can get hold of the emails as well, because over the next couple of days the challenge emails are going to be cool. They're going to be super packed with free value and things like content schedulers and cool stuff that you may also want to use. Yay! Okay then, my lovelies, have a really fun day 1. If you need anything, give me a shout. I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.